Welcome back, everyone. Toyshiz here, and I am back yet again to give you guys an early, fresh look at the upcoming Amazon exclusive Star Wars The Black Series, straight from the Mandalorian series on Disney+. We're totally checking out the new speeder bike with the Scout Trooper, and of course, the child, tucked away in his little space knapsack, right? Gorgeous box art. I gotta give it to him on this. I like how they changed the Star Wars Black Series. Really nice artwork of the little genocidal maniac right there on the top of the box. Nice photos overall. The speeder, just everything is done really nicely. I have to give it to him on this. Here, you can screen grab this if you want to read it. Scout Troopers, lightly armored, totally don't hit things when they aim at it. Existential troopers, basically. But of course, you can see the diagrams. The child is right there in the knapsack, and in case you don't know that, you'll have a little thing that says the child, right? So you're good. Diagrams on the bottom of the box. You insert the male end of the stand into the speeder bike, and that's how it's going to position itself. Here's the barcode if you would like, although, you know, it's going to come from Amazon, so there's not much you can do. I'm excited about this. Thank you to my friends over at Hasbro for sending this over to give you guys this fresh look. Sit back, relax, grab yourself a nice hot cup of speeder bike coffee. This is a look at the brand new Amazon exclusive Star Wars The Black Series Scout Trooper speeder bike and the child. And I just want to say thank you so much for always checking out my YouTube videos, daily videos, news, reviews, all the good stuff. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and I look forward to seeing you around here. And just before we get into it, I know a lot of people, Star Wars related, they don't like to take things out of the box, right? They want to keep it as mint as possible. Hopefully Amazon ships it in a box, something padded at least. But you're not going to be able to really take this guy out and kind of, you know, you can do some extensive surgery, but there's a lot of twisty ties, I'm just saying. You get a really nice backdrop to this. Really, you know, takes you into that scene of the whole two scout troopers talking it out and hitting Baby Yoda and everything else. Mine's got this giant piece of tape on there, so I'm not going to save it. I've already tried to take it off. It's going to take the landscape with it. So it is really nice. I can always cut the sides off. We'll see what happens. But the speeder bike itself, the Scout Trooper, everything that this little set entails is gorgeous. And it is straight from The Mandalorian. It includes that little thing that they were shooting at. If you know what it is in Star Wars lore, you can comment below. I have no idea. Comes with a stand, like I said, for the speeder bike. It is a stand we've seen before. I'll get into that in just a second. I will show you that inside this space knapsack right here, which is done really nice, nicely painted. You have the child, and he's just a little tiny child head. He just sits in there. It is ball jointed. I'll show you in the articulation segment, but as you can see, I thought maybe it's just the same head used, repurposed from the release of the singles child, right? No, it's completely different. So you get a little bit of a smiley face to him. His ears fit in the knapsack. It's cool. I like that they did that. It's something fun, and it's something straight from that particular episode of The Mandalorian. And of course from there, those are the only two new things for this set. This is a repainted Scout Trooper, a repainted speeder bike, but it looks awesome, and I can't discount him for the fact of putting together a set that makes sense of the TV show that we all love to watch. Has a blaster in his leg. It's removable. He holds it well. It might be a tad too small. That's the only thing. If you look at the episode, I don't know. That's how I kind of feel about it, but you know, you can do the thing where he's like shaking it, see if he's, you know, his aim's off. That's hilarious. You can like have him beating the bag up. But hey, everything's okay. Baby Yoda is fine, and he actually holds him very well. So again, it's really nice overall. The two stands that you see here, one goes for the speeder bike, and the other one we have seen before on a certain Marvel Legends figure, the Cosmic Ghost Rider. It's a nice stand. It makes it go tilt back and forth to and fro, so it's nice to see. Just the look of the speeder bike itself, the look of the Scout Trooper, he just looks dirtied and weathered, and especially now with the most recent Mandalorian episode, I mean, look at the detail on it, especially with the most recent episode. They have that wild scene where they jettison off the cliff, and it's awesome. Yeah, it was and they collide into boulders and rocks trying to chase the tank, you know, with Cara Dune and Carl Weathers. But I just had a great time with that episode. Every part of The Mandalorian is just a lot of fun to me. Now, keep in mind, when you do get this guy in the package, he has all the little bands and twisty ties and all that kind of stuff. You just kind of slip them off, clip them off, whatever you want to do. The stand works. The speeder bike works with it or not. It will become top heavy, but you can position it if you don't want to have it. The stand is what it is. It fits nicely, fits right into the underside of the speeder bike, and it looks good. Again, tilts to and fro, and you don't have to worry about kind of propping it up on the front end of the speeder bike. In terms of the articulation for the Scout Trooper, again, it's the same exact figure that we've seen before release, whether as the first Black Series box set or the later Archive series. But, you know, head, double jointed elbows, he's got bicep. He's really nicely articulated, especially for wanting to attach him to the speeder bike. Now, I'm going to keep this on for now because I do like this rubber band, how it keeps the bag close to him. However, I'll take it off later on. He's got the upper diaphragm, not anything at the waist, I don't think. And if I remember correctly, yeah, he doesn't have waist, but again, the legs move. He's got that really cool old-fashioned Toy Biz Ghost Rider type articulation where you can straddle the speeder bike perfectly. Double jointed knees. He's got ankle, goes up, down, left, right, side to side, boots, everything else. So it works. Great articulation all around, especially for attaching him to the bike. You can see as how the bag works. It's got the two little flaps. They peg into the satchel. And you can see Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda does have articulation. His head will move around. He's not removable. I think that is kind of a missed opportunity. I would have rather had just a bag and you put a Baby Yoda in there. I think that would have been kind of cool. But for how they did it, it's like a very specific accessory for this set. So again, this and the little thing that they shoot at, those are the two main new things, plus a new type stand for this particular speeder bike. So gun fits in there. It is kind of loose. It again comes with the rubber band. I popped it off to show you. It stays in there for the most part. Just kind of push it down a little bit harder. But every time I seem to move him, every once in a while, it popped out. The speeder bike is painted beautifully. And because it's based on the Mandalorian, that's what makes it even cooler, I think. You know, it's got the whole white motif. It reminds me of, you know, my giant Power of the Force AT-AT, you know, you pull the thing out. It's got that white, cool color to it as opposed to the Endor brown. It's got all the markings, the skids, everything, all the dirt, everything else. As I said, the stand just kind of pops out just like that. The underside, really nicely detailed. These little flaps will move up and down. More so down, more so in. You know, it's like the exhaust port type things. The legs don't move. Nothing else really around the top part of the bike. The handlebars, nothing like that. The front does have the removable part again, so again, it's like, you know, blows apart like they did with the original release. I would have loved to have seen like a button activated thing where it blows the whole thing apart and launches the Scout Trooper. That would have been cool. This little gun turret thing will rotate as well. So overall, painted nicely, done nicely, articulation for what it is. The stand, it's fantastic. Now, in terms of scaling, let's put him next to IG-11 and the Mandalorian. I think he works fairly well. I think IG-11 should be a little bit taller-ish. But let's just say in what you got, scaling-wise, yeah, he'll fit. I do think the Scout Trooper is a little bit more burly. You know, he's of the first type of Black Series figures. However, you know, you can take off the satchel, you can put it on IG-11, and I think that looks cool. Although, most of us, of course, is waiting for that whole front sort of thing. So, front loader. The Mandalorian, he fits nicely with it, actually. I think that looks cool, so you can definitely do something with him. And I want to say a shout out to KSM_Kyle14 on Instagram. He made a request when I posted the video. He wanted to see if IG-11 fits on the speeder bike. And the answer is no, just because the legs don't split. If the legs were situated differently articulation-wise, yeah, he'd fit, but he just doesn't. However, the Mandalorian will fit really nice on this speeder bike, and I think that that looks fantastic. You got the whole cape works with you, the feet, he holds the handlebars. It's great. So Mandalorian, I would say, works. IG-11 does not. But you can see a host of other speeder bikes that I have. Now, I do have the original one. It's put away at the moment, but here's some speeder bikes just off the shelves. It scales well. It looks good with the other ones. I've been kind of using this one for the Mando. But you can see creativity-wise, if you had a setup, the Mandalorian, the whole Western aspect, you got all these outside a cantina or something like that. It looks good, and it works with Black Series in total. So I'm going to say this. If you ordered this, hopefully they'll be shipping soon, and I'm so appreciative. Thank you to Hasbro for giving me this opportunity to show you guys this early on. I like this thing. This is very cool. This is great because it ties in heavily with the Mandalorian. Adding the satchel with Baby Yoda in there is great. Adding the little thing they fire upon is great. Yes, you're getting a figure and a speeder bike we've gotten before, but the speeder bike is tooled a little bit differently to utilize the stand from the Cosmic Ghost Rider Marvel Legends and such. He stands well, he situates well, he sits on the bike, he looks great, the paint is great. I have no problems with this set. You want to say that, yeah, it's been reused? Fine. But that's really it. Overall, I think it's a knockout. I think if you're a fan of Star Wars, Black Series, the Mandalorian TV show, you're definitely going to like this. But I am curious to know what you guys think about this set. Did you order one? Do you need to get one now? And while it's out of pre-order, let's say for timely and, say when this video plays, it will most likely come back in. Not to worry, we got plenty of Mando Mondays coming up. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. As always, drink some great coffee, eat some great food, but most importantly, remember, with Thanksgiving right around the corner, wouldn't it be great to give back somehow, like in a contest where someone on Thanksgiving could win what they've just watched here over on my Instagram. And when you do, let me know what you found. I'll talk to you guys soon. Hope you caught my drift.